One thing that I've always prided myself in is having self-discipline. I've always been able to get into the gym at 4 a.m., hit my programming, get my workouts done, stay on point nutritionally when I wanted to, when it was actually my goal to do so. But since being here, it has been so much more difficult and I haven't been as disciplined as I'm used to being. And it's a strange feeling. And I feel like I can relate with you guys a lot better now because I hear this a lot. And at first I was like, I don't get it. You just wake up and you go to the gym and that's all there is to it. You want to hit a certain macro goal, then you just eat those foods. But I'm starting to understand a little bit better. And it's been a challenge for me lately ever since I made this move. But the one thing that I beg of you guys is that you don't get down on yourself because of it. And that's one of the things that I think I've done a good job of, is I understand that this is just part of life and you're not gonna always have these great moments when you're excelling in every single thing. Like right now, my fitness life is not the best, but it is getting a lot better. I'm going on week 3 of living full-time here in Austin, Texas, and I'm loving every second of it. I gotta get a little bit better in certain areas, sure, but that's just the same for all of us, I'm on hold right now, so let me knock this out real quick. I broke down and I did something I said I would not do, and that is buy a blender. There's just so many things I want to make that I needed this for. Nordstrom is just messing up right now. So first thing we're gonna do, well, we're gonna make my infamous protein pudding. Actually, I guess it's not infamous, it's more famous. But anyway, we're gonna start with some ice. Then I'm gonna do about 1 serving of Greek yogurt here. Next, we're gonna do an entire box of sugar-free, fat-free pudding mix. You know what, I think I'm forgetting my own recipe here. I have a video on it, it's on my recipe playlist. I don't think you're supposed to add ice. But anyway, we're just gonna kinda go with it here. I'm gonna add 1 serving of almond milk. I had a pickup order yesterday that I was trying to change the payment type on, and these people are killing me. I'm gonna add 1 gram of xanthan gum. And the most important ingredient here, the one thing you can't forget, which I'm gonna have to get it from you guys, is PS Select Protein Powder. If you didn't know, you can always save 15% by using Travis at checkout, but I'm gonna use 1 serving of the peanut butter cup. Look at this consistency. This is the reason that I love this recipe. And to make it even thicker, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. But if you're like me, you hate waiting, especially when it comes to food. So my first tip is keep your mind occupied. Don't just sit around and think about food. So I'm gonna go for a run. It's a beautiful day outside. It's gonna be wonderful. That way I get some good exercise, and by the time I get back, it will taste even better. So I shouldn't even be sitting on my couch. I'm disgusting right now, but just look at this entire bowl for right around 300 calories, and it is absolutely delicious. So tip number 2, find foods that are higher volume, high in protein, something that's gonna fill you up and that you look forward to eating. What I find often is that people just try to eat chicken and turkey all the time, and they get burnt out. You just can't sustain that in most cases. That protein pudding, that is something that I could eat every single day, and it's low in calories, but even for me, someone with a big appetite, I am full after eating that. So that is gonna be your next tip. We're gonna get to a few more, but I have to get outside and get some work, and I'm gonna do all my work outside because I'm still the palest person in Texas. So after I get done with some of that, I will check in with you guys. Back in the kitchen, what do you know? Don't worry, we are leaving soon. Tip number 3 is to stay hydrated. I know you hear this all the time, but a lot of times you're just thirsty, and what I like to drink are these carbonated waters. 1, they taste delicious. 2, they fill up your stomach. 3, they're really cheap. 50 cents at H-E-B. If you don't have H-E-B, they're like 89 cents at Kroger in the Midwest. And if you don't have a Kroger or an H-E-B, I really just don't know where you're living. So pick some of these up, they are great. And then next time you see me, we're gonna finally be out of here. Tip number 4 is gonna be give up, give in to your cravings. Not all the time, but some of the times. I realize this sounds a little bit hypocritical given the title of this video, but we all know the problems that can be derived from restricting yourself too much. So from time to time, treat yourself, Now keep in mind, if this is something that you're doing every day or every other day, that is no longer a treat and that is your entire diet. But I think for most of us, what we're trying to do is build up a diet where we can sustain it 80 to 90% of the time eating nutritious, whole foods, where the other times, 10 to 20%, we go out and we have indulgences. We go out with friends and family. We don't even think about food at all, which is the way that it's supposed to be, in my opinion. Now, I think some people go in robot mode, like, I'm gonna eat clean for the next 60 days. I'm gonna go on this detox, and I don't know one person has ever done that and sustained it or stuck with it. It's not possible. I think a moderate approach is going to yield much better results. And also keep in mind, the goal of this is not to go out and eat as much as you can. It's to have something that you're looking forward to, that you're enjoying. You don't need to go binge out all day. Just have enough, feel satisfied, and get back to it tomorrow. Okay, we're at a place called Flaming Pizza. It's like a knockoff Blaze, and I will call all of them knockoffs until one of them can prove me that it is better. I mean, it looks delicious. It took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but let's see, and we'll give it the true comparison. It's pretty good, but all pizza is pretty good, right? It just doesn't have the same crust as Blaze. That's where Blaze wins every single time. This is actually a barbecue chicken pizza. You can't really tell, but it is decent. It's very thin, which I like. You know, I'm starting to think that there's no rapid fire pizza place that can beat out Blaze. I mean, I've had almost every single one, and it's always Blaze is number one. But that was decent. I will definitely come back here just because it's convenient. I was gonna go right across the way and get some frozen yogurt, but honestly, I'm just not that hungry right now. I'm sure I will be later tonight, so I'm gonna go back to the place, work a little bit, get something sweet before bed because I'm always craving that, and then before bed, always craving something sweet, so I go with a better alternative. This is still relatively higher in calories. It's 600 for this Yasso pint, but it is delicious. So I'm gonna finish up some work, I'm gonna head to bed. And for the last tip, I wanna leave you guys with something very, very practical because everyone's different, but I feel like most people watching my channel, they work the traditional job. You know, time is very limited, and I think that's what keeps most people away from eating clean, eating healthy, hitting their, whatever, you know, whatever term that you wanna use, time is very scarce. You were there by my side. Sometimes, you're just gonna need a little bit of help. You guys know I'm a very frequent user of Blue Apron, and what's nice is it all comes straight to your door, pre-portioned, ready to go. You don't have to go out and buy anything, high quality ingredients, and check out some of these meals. Spanish spiced chicken and rice. I think I'm gonna make that tonight. And then we have the steak and spicy butter, which also looks amazing. That might look easier. I don't know. I'll do one of these tonight, but Blue Apron definitely can help save the day. I think that's one of the biggest challenges to everyone. You tend to eat what's available, so having good food available is really gonna help, and that is going to be tip number 5. I was ready to do the time. I ain't no Butch Cassidy or Sundance Kid, but I stole your heart with just one kiss. You were there by my okay, so official taste test. Even though I didn't succeed in making this look like the picture, it is very good. What I love about Blue Apron recipes is it just takes, you know, your standard healthy foods, chicken, rice, vegetables, but spices them up a little bit, makes them taste a lot better, and it's simple to do. That took me like 40 minutes total. Not bad at all. You know, they do send you enough food for multiple people, and every time I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna eat it all right now, I'm gonna save some for tomorrow, but it's just so good, and I just keep eating it, and then before I know it, it is all gone. So Blue Apron is an amazing option for busy professionals like myself, people that don't wanna spend a lot of time at the grocery store, that want high quality, nutritious ingredients delivered right to you. It is great. And to make it even better, you can get your first 3 meals for free if you go to blueapron.com/Travis. So I'll leave that link down below. Check out this week's menu. They have so many different options. Blueapron.com/Travis. It's a much better way to cook. But after all that, you know you gotta try a little bit of dessert. And this is gonna be interesting. So there's a company out there called Arctic Zero. You guys might have heard of it. So I did this video back in the day talking about Arctic Zero, and I gave it probably the worst review I've ever given any food in my entire life. It just tasted like bad flavored ice. It was awful, to be honest. Don't even think about this guy. And now they have this new kind out. I guess they revamped the entire thing, and I've heard through the grapevine that it's a lot better, but honestly, after my first experience, I'm not expecting a whole lot. But they also say that, you know how most ice creams you have to take out of the freezer, leave it out for like 5 minutes to even be edible? Apparently, you can just take this one out, which, okay, I'll buy that. So this is the vanilla bean, 70 calories per serving, 15 carbs, 280 calories for this entire pint. I'm finding it very hard to believe that this has any association with that first brand that I ever tried. Okay, so here's the thing. This is gonna be the teaser review, but I'll tell you guys that this is 1,000,000 times better than the first time I tried it. And for 280 calories, this is unreal. Damn, Arctic Zero came back with a vengeance. I'm gonna have to do an entire video on that stuff. But for now, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything in the entire world, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. that is pretty awesome. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. That really does help me out a lot, and you made it to this point. You had to have liked something, right? I look forward to talking to you guys next time.